Good afternoon to you, Nzinga, and to our viewers at home. We are back at the Bargaining Council, the Transnet Bargaining Council. This is where that marathon meeting between the unions and Transnet, the employer, has just gotten underway. This is where they're trying by all means to just find each other where the strike action is concerned. You are right there to say that the economy has really not been doing well in terms of this strike action and just really the effect that it's already having on the ground where the work of Transnet is concerned. But we're hearing this afternoon that the ministers, Minister of Labour, or Minister of Agriculture rather, Minister of Finance and the Minister of Public Enterprises earlier on in the morning had a marathon meeting with the labour unions to try and find out really where they are with the employer. This is something that we saw from last week already, a keen interest coming out of government to try by all means to resolve this. Minister of Labour Thulas Nxesi was here on Monday to try and just form part of this process here. You can imagine that as this strike action or this impasse continues on the ground, it's really not doing well. It doesn't bode well with an economy that has not done well. Transnet being very strategic in terms of cutting across all the sectors of the economy and the impact. You can already imagine the impact that this is having in its millions and billions that are lost as the strike action continues. But we're hearing that the ministers really just asked the labour unions to say that where are you with the employer? What is the sticking point? What is something that would make you satisfactory? And the labour unions just saying that they're not going to be accepting anything that is not a double-digit wage offer coming from the employer. The employer yesterday already just trying to come through with a new offer of 4.2% to 5%. That has since been rejected by the workers and the unions. The mandate coming from the workers that are demonstrating is to say that they want a double digit and they're not going to accept anything less than that. They've also taken issue with the economy that has not done well for quite some time in terms of the inflation that is at about 7.5%, 7.6%, saying that really if the employer presents something of in the likes of 4% and 5%, it's not going to help. It's not going to move. The socio-economic challenges are real for the workers on the ground. But yesterday as well, Nzinga, just getting a sense of the impact of the strike from those that were demonstrating, saying that one of them was saying that I'm a strategic person in terms of what is happening at Transnet. So you can imagine that in terms of me having dropped or down tools, there's really an impact coming out of that. A very same sentiment shared by a lot of the workers trying by all means to just push the employer to meet them in good faith here at the Bargaining Council. But we are inching towards the afternoon where we say we're looking forward to those ministers that had meetings with the labour unions earlier on to also come through and form part of this process here at the Bargaining Council. You can imagine that government is also looking towards this strike action, just this impasse being brought to an end so that the means of production can start moving where Transnet is concerned, strategic in the country's economy. So we're just waiting with bated breath to see who will be making their way here. But also on Monday already, Minister Thulas Nxesi just explaining that he's going to be communicating with Minister Pravin Gordhan as the Minister of Public Enterprises and as government to see how they can actually help these parties that are negotiating here to find each other. But the strike action is continuing. It's in full swing on the ground. The picketing rules have been outlined and the members of Transnet or members of Satao and Untu are resolute in terms of the parameters where they can go and what they cannot do. And they really are looking forward to this process here at the Bargaining Council to come through with an offer, a tangible offer that will be satisfactory to those that are striking as we speak.